It is now day 22 of the government shutdown, and there's no end in sight. The Senate expected to vote again shortly on a House-passed funding bill, but like the previous 11 times, Erica Brown reports it shows that it's likely to fail as Democrats hold out for certain health care subsidies and reversals to Medicaid cuts.
On Capitol Hill Wednesday, House Democrats heard from Americans impacted by the government shutdown now entering its fourth week, including National Park Service employee James Jones.
My job is to keep the parks safe and open for folks to visit. And during this shutdown, they're still open. And that's a problem because there's not enough staff to keep the park clean and to protect the resource.
During the meeting, Democrats called out House Speaker Mike Johnson for sending members home.
Day after day, Speaker Johnson has kept House Republicans on a taxpayer-funded vacation.
But Johnson placed the blame on Democrats.
This is now the second longest government shutdown of any kind ever in the history of our country, and it's just shameful. Democrats keep making history, but they're doing it for all the wrong reasons.
With no end to the stalemate in sight, Republican lawmakers are proposing a bill that would compensate some essential federal workers, like active duty military members, with a vote as soon as Thursday.
Quit holding my veterans hostage right now.
During a visit to the VA Medical Center in Washington, D.C., VA Secretary Doug Collins said veterans are also being impacted.
I have veterans who are getting out of active duty who are trying to get their employment. They're trying to get skills. They're trying to get their new job set up. They're trying to get the tools, which our VR&E, our vocational rehab and education folks are able to do. And guess what? Right now they can't do it.
Lines at food pantries across the country, including this one in Minnesota, have grown longer since the shutdown began. And with states warning the food assistance program known as SNAP could run out of funding come November 1st, the need is expected to grow even more. Erica Brown, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And as Republicans work to move forward with a bill to compensate certain federal workers, Democratic senators are drafting a dueling measure that would pay all federal workers, though there's no word yet on whether a bill like that could get a vote. There are new tensions over immigration arrests in the two largest cities in the U.S. In L.A., a U.S. Marshal and a driver accused of living in the country illegally were both shot and wounded by an ICE agent during a traffic stop. The U.S. Attorney's Office there says the driver of the car rammed into agents' vehicles during the stop and then refused to obey orders. And that's when a federal agent opened fire and led to the two injuries. While in New York, agents in Chinatown targeting street vendors allegedly trying to sell designer knockoffs. They sparked protests in the streets there, same as the shooting in L.A. Vice President J.D. Vance leading a group of top U.S. officials in Israel this week as they work to bolster the ceasefire agreement with Hamas. The vice president met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv earlier today. Both Vance and the Prime Minister said the U.S. and Israel are allies and partners in their efforts in the region. Secretary of State Marco Rubio will return to Israel this week as well. An Israeli government spokesperson says Rubio will meet with Netanyahu on Friday.